All right, it is October 31st, 2015, and you're making some beer. So, what do we get? We use the True Brew ingredient kit for the Bavarian Hefeweizen. So, when I go in here, let me just get caught up to speed. You can see most of the contents of the box are empty because we are already brewing so far, anyway. So, what did we do so far? We cleaned a lot of stuff, we boiled some water, and we're currently boiling more water. Okay, so let's kind of just cover some of the contents really quick. So, the first thing I did was I went through the list that came in the box, and I'm also using the How to Brew book. So, I decided that I need to make sure I went to the store and got some distilled water, in particular 2 gallons. Actually, I probably could have gotten 5 gallons or so. For some reason, I decided to use my filtration. So I got 2 gallons of water. I need to get ice since I don't have any. I looked for a thermometer just to be safe, but I couldn't find one at the store and I was in kind of a hurry, so I just found another one here. So what am I using right now? I got a large 3.5 gallon brew pot. I got a strainer, although I had that jotted down, but actually I haven't used it at all, so I actually put it away. The temperature thermometer, nylon slash mesh bag. So I decided to get some cheesecloth for that. Airlocks, spoons, variety of sizes, since I didn't know what I was going to need. Can opener, because obviously I have to open some cans. A measuring cup. Also some foil or saran. I actually couldn't find any foil, so I'm using saran. The sanitizer, I use Seabright, and I also got some pennies, so that way it'll help me with the boil overs. So after reading this note first on what this thing is, and then this book, here's what I came up with. So try to remove the labels on the cans for the malt, and then place the malt in warm water, which is what I did. It's actually been here for over an hour now. I did a terrible job trying to get those labels off, but they said that by doing so, it should actually make the contents of these cans come out much more fluidly. Um, Next thing is boil 1 gallon of water just for miscellaneous items and set aside and then cover. So that's what I did here. Again, that's just 1 gallon of water. It's just to keep it clean. And then again, when I have to use it to pitch yeast and things like that. Next, cleanse stuff. So what did I cleanse? Well, I started with the brew bucket. I filled up the brew bucket with 2.5 gallons of water to to 1 ounce of Seabright or Ceramibrite or whatever it's called. I filled that up. I decided to just use some regular bleach on the spigot itself, since I need to put that on first. So once I cleaned the spigot and rinsed it pretty well, I put it on there. I filled the bucket with water and then the Ceramibrite, and then I decided to clean all these things. So that's going to be for me to pitch some yeast later on. So I have a mini pot there. I have the airlock supplies. I have a little mixing ladle. I have some pennies that I sparkled up really shiny. Got some very spoons, measuring cup, and a thermometer. I then took, so I put all those items in that. I then took a brew pot. I put that aside and I used some of the water from there. I got a fresh sponge and kind of just cleansed that really nice. And then pretty much that's where we are. I also put out a separate pot just with some soapy water so I kind of keep my hands clean. And now that I have that boiling, I also went ahead and I put the lid on that, on the ferment bucket, and just put it on the side here, just that way it kind of stays clean, obviously. Keep it out of the way. I did screw up. The spigot is very low to the ground, and I've bumped off the ground a couple times. So I'm going to figure out a good way to actually clean that at some point. I'm not sure what I'm going to do just yet, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. So that is where we are at right now. The next steps are, once I finish boiling my water, I'm going to remove from heat, slowly add in my malt, mix it really well, add my pennies, bring everything back to a boil, and then add my aroma hops. This Bavarian Hefeweizen, I need to add the hop pellets to some cheesecloth, tie it up. And these say it doesn't say it on here, which is the hop pellets, but it says over here, when I look at hops and flavorings, you can see it says my hop pellets for 45 minutes. So I actually plan on boiling those in there for 45 minutes total. So that's where I stand right now, and that's video number 1.